Hey everybody, it's Coach Richard Wharton here with Online Bike Coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about how my good night's rest actually led to a really good ride. Now, sadly, I don't have my sleep data. I was charging this thing last night and I put it on the charger and I forgot about it and I went to bed and I'm sorry. I also got distracted with some other things and I did not get the VO2 master data. But I do have my SMO2 data and I do have my DFA Alpha 1 data. And again, I woke up refreshed after about 8 hours of sleep. So the first thing I want to show you is this. If we take a look at my SMO2 graph on Perf Pro Analyzer, let's start by looking at the sort of strawberry colored line. And you can see that my heart rate was gradually rising up until about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the 60 minutes. I had a conversation with Coach Rich Collier about some things, and again, this is why I have no hesitation to pay other coaches for their time and expertise. But instead of going out and trying to keep an immediate ceiling of between 0.75 and 1.0 on my DFA Alpha 1, I started off at a very, very easy load-based intensity, and about every 5 minutes I raised it by about 2%. And it got to the point where my heart rate finally started to get up into the 150s, 155s, 157s, but my DFA Alpha 1 stayed well above 1.0 for a really long period of time. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So heart rate gently rose up to a point, and then I began to sort of pinball between the highs and lows. If we look at the green line for the left shoulder, what we see is a nice growth in total hemoglobin saturation at about the 43-minute mark. Now, watch that spot. If we look at the light blue value, you can ignore this mark. It did slip a little bit, and I lost a little bit of my accuracy there, but I do want you to see that my THB did stay high on the baby blue. If we look at the right leg, that is in yellow, it reached saturation, and right at about the 40-minute mark, where I was adding watts, it began to slope down. Later, you can see that again, that THB with the left shoulder showed something else happening biochemically, basically. And then if we look at the purple line, which is THB from the leg, what you can see is, it grew, it stayed pretty stable, and then right at the end of the ride, it sort of saturated way up. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Now, let's take a look at the DFA Alpha 1. The entire ride, I never dipped below 0.75. For the first third, you can see, or quarter, it was well up above 1.5. This was a good, happy, healthy heart that we're talking about. Then I gently added some intensity, and the number kind of ricocheted around. But remember what I told you about at the 42-minute mark? There's a little dip. And then remember at the 47-minute mark, there's a little dip. And if you look at the heart rate is at about 156, 157, right around there. There's a 160. Okay, there's another 158, 157, and there's another 160. What does this mean? I believe that by taking the graduated approach for nothing more than base effort, I was able to vasodilate as witnessed right here with the growing green and the growing yellow, and then the growing baby blue up to this point where it slipped. I was getting more fresh oxygen and I was staying on top of my supply and demand. At the same time, as I gradually increased my intensity to see when and where I might dip in and towards 0.75, that occurred. There's the 43-minute mark. Let's pull this back in and let's look at it here. And there is about the 43-minute mark right about there. So that's 156 beats per minute and about 178, 180 watts. once again, 43 minutes, 158. And let's pull up the wattage to see what it looks like. Wattage at the 43-minute mark was at about 177, 178 watts. I think today, if I had done a DFA A1 Collier ramp protocol, I probably would have broken 170 watts for my AET or my lower threshold. I think I'm adapting. I think things are going great. And I also ended up burning a few more kilojoules, which translates into more calories. And I'm about to go weigh myself, and I'll make another video out of that. Anyway, that's really about it. Let's keep going down this road. We're going to continue with 60 to 70 minutes. I'll try to stretch that out a little bit and see what happens over time. And then as we approach the period of time where I have to go to North Texas, I will do a true stress test, and we can watch the numbers there as well. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the ride.